Coming up, details on a motion capture device that Toyota will begin using on a widespread basis across its plants to improve quality. But first, we'll begin with executive news. Former Ferrari chief Amedeo Felisa is joining Aston Martin as CEO, and ex-Ferrari engineer Roberto Fedeli will join as chief technical officer. Felisa was Ferrari CEO from 2008 to 2016. The 76-year-old is currently a non-executive director of Aston Martin. He replaces Tobias Mowers as CEO. Mowers will leave the automaker's board immediately, but will support the new leadership team until the end of July, the company said. Fedeli is set to start as CTO on July 1st. At BMW, he launched production of the i8 plug-in hybrid Roadster before serving as Ferrari's technical director from 2006 to 2014. Fedeli is considered the creator of the LaFerrari, the Italian company's first hybrid supercar. Porsche led a $400 million funding round for Group 14 Technologies, a provider of silicon carbon materials for EV batteries. Group 14 provides advanced materials for lithium silicon batteries, which the startup claims can provide 50% higher performance and longer range than typical lithium-ion batteries. The company said it has plans to open a second commercial-scale factory in the U.S. to keep up with demand from customers such as Cellforce Group, a Porsche-backed joint venture. The funding comes just weeks after Porsche CEO Oliver Blume said the luxury brand plans for more than 80% of its global sales to be fully electric by 2030. In a hearing convened by the Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, U.S. Transportation Secretary, told the panel that while autonomous vehicles are a priority for the department, legislative action from Congress is needed to expand testing and deployment. We tend to regulate or assure the safety of the design of the vehicle, and the state DMVs are concerned with the driver. He said that framework makes sense until you have a scenario where the vehicle is the driver. I don't know how we can address some of those issues without the involvement of Congress. The U.S. Department of Energy is launching the Electric Vehicles for American Low Carbon Living program with $45 million in funding to support the domestic production of advanced EV batteries. In a statement, the agency said funding will attempt to address consumer concerns regarding the reliability of EVs. The developments include investments to create batteries with faster charging times, longer lives, and more energy efficiency. According to DOE spokesperson Molly Morrissey, funding for EVs for All will come from the 2022 fiscal year's appropriation from Congress. This comes after Monday's separate announcement of $3.1 billion for EV batteries. For this week's driving innovation, Toyota Motor will soon begin installing technology in its plants that holds the promise of even greater efficiency, Kaizen, or continuous improvement that is automated. The automaker has partnered with an Austin, Texas startup to install thousands of units across its network of North American factories. The invisible AI devices will now, quote, help us increase the frequency and accuracy of process reviews, as well as reduce the time needed to find inefficiencies across processes, giving us more time to focus on improvement. This was said by Toyota's Group Vice President of Vehicle Production Engineering and the Manufacturing Project Innovation Center. The Princeton plant, where the Toyota Highlander and Sienna are assembled, is undergoing an $803 million renovation. About 500 of the invisible AI boxes initially will be installed in half of the plant. Then installation will expand to the other half later. This was said by Eric Danziger, co-founder and CEO of Invisible AI. Have a great day, and we'll see you Friday morning.